J-Knight, Batrep.
So welcome back to this Dark Potential Battle Report. It is time for Reclaimers turn 3. So I begin by replenishing half the command points that they have at the beginning for each player. I then activate first my forward observer, trying to spot that pesky assassin from beneath him. So hopefully we can light him up and kill him. We'll see what happens. So I try to get a good line of sight with him, and then call my scanner so that I can light him up with the initiates. I need 4s to hit, unfortunately, because he has a very high defense, and I fail. So I use a command point from the forward observer to reroll. And once again, I fail. So I use another command point, so maybe get lucky on the third try. And on the third try, I finally get it, so it's +2 to hit for the initiates. So they're going to hopefully shoot and maybe take out that pesky assassin that's haunting us from beneath. So unfortunately, I can only get 2 of the initiates in line of sight of the assassin. And then they decide to shoot him. I need 7s to hit, but obviously the lower the better. I roll an 8, so I spend a command point to re-roll the amount because I really want a low amount for the 6. And unfortunately, I roll a 7, so I failed. So no killing the assassin this turn. I then move up the second squad of initiates that have the objective attached to them. They decide to shoot that full squad of warriors. They need 8s to hit, roll a 4, so they get a bunch of hits towards this squad. I'm going to use a focus to bring it down to 3, so they get actually like 5 hits against the squad. And with those 5s, they need 4s to kill. And I only roll 1 dice that's less and 1 equal to, so only 2 of them die. So I decide to spend 1 of their command points and 1 of the commander's command points, because he's within 9 inches, a straight line, to reroll 2 of them. And of those 2, both of them kill. So in the end, I actually killed 4 of the warriors in that squad, and I will force a morale check at -4. He needs a 2, and he fails. So he will use his command point, because if he falls back, he loses command point anyway. And rerolls and fails again. So his leader of the warrior squad will be falling back. I then move up my second forward observer and try to marker the commander of his army. I need a 5 to hit. Unfortunately, I rolled a fail, so I take a command point to re-roll the dice. And on the second try, I luckily get a hit. So then my commander then takes a shot at his commander. Needs an 8 to hit. I hit. Need a 3 to wound. And I fail. So I use a command point to re-roll the 6. And I roll another 6. So once again, I take my last command point and I roll a third 6 in a row. So I was unable to do anything to his commander. Now it's time for Zlanthos turn 3. So first, this very lucky commander decides to move up to get a good shot. He then shoots at that 1 squad of initiates. And at the same time, he's also replenishing the command points, because we forgot about command points. He needs an 8 to hit, hits them, and is able to basically hit all 3 of them. But the first one needs a 5 to kill, and rolls a 3. So the first one dies, and then the second 2, he needs a higher amount, to wound him. Or sorry, a lower amount. He needs 3s on the other 2 to hurt, so he doesn't hurt the first guy. And then he's going to use a command point to re-roll that dice. And rolls a 3, so he kills the second member. Also, he did force the very first guy in the squad to drop the objective, so right now I'm down to 0. It's 4 to 0. And on the second guy, he rolls a morale check. And he needs a 7. Sorry, an 8. And he passes with a perfect 8 roll, so he's not falling back this turn. He then rolls a morale check for the leader of the warrior squad that is falling back. Needs a 6. Fails. So he will continue to fall. So he cannot move towards me this turn and continues to fall back. He can only move away from me and not towards me this turn, and can also not replenish any of his command points. So he just spends a moment trying to figure out exactly which direction he can move, since a lot of the directions would move him closer towards my guys. He then moves up his assassin, the assassin with the objective, and he's going to run towards his board edge. Basically, if he can run off the board edge, the value of that objective doubles and goes from 2 points to 4 points. Then actually he'd be winning 6-0, and would make it very hard for me to come back and win. He then puts his other assassin back in stealth mode so that he can move towards other objectives and kill more of my guys, since he can't get up the building and I am having problems, evidently, of killing him. And the assassin actually, he just changed the direction slightly and moved more towards his table edge. So here's what the table looked like after turn 3. As you can see, there's not a lot of guys left on the table, and he has 2 objectives worth 2 points each in his grasp. So this is not looking very good for the Reclaimers, but my strategy can still work out in the end. Basically, I'm going to jump off these buildings later in the game, run towards the objectives, and hopefully I can grab them. We'll have to see, though, if they end up being worth 4 more points, because that assassin could run off the table next turn and evidently get double the points, so it'll be a very close game in the end. So thank you very much for watching. When you're ready, click the link below to go to part 4 of this battle report. Also, please like the video, comment in the comment section down below, and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't done so.